Hey, what is going on, folks? We here to check out every single Sister of Battle order explained by the homie Majorkill. If you guys are new to this channel, know that I will be taking notes. That's just what I do. And I did already at the time of this recording check out some of the Sisters of Lore battle from Warhammer, West Warhammer. God dang, West Hammer. You know how is this old? When I realized why West Hammer goes by West Hammer, is it because of Warhammer? Am I that old? Oh man, I'm greatly embarrassed. But it took the mistake of saying his name wrong that I was like, wait a second. I think it's intentional. Anyways, y'all not here for that. I might repeat the same epiphany on a future video just because it's cool. And the reason why I did that is Majorkill's videos are like 11 minutes. And I did want to check out both his videos, but I happen to have some time where I can record an hour video. So it's not really going to make sense from a pure viewer perspective. You'd have wanted to watch the short ones, but it is what it is. I watched the long one, and then I circled to the two short ones because right now I have about 20 minutes of nothing time. And I was like, all right, I'm going to check out what I planned on checking out. And here I am. Use the pinned comment to recommend content to me. Because when I'm looking back a couple months from now, I won't be, it's just too much. It's just too much. I just try to keep it all in sections. All right, guys, let's jump into the video.
Nuns with guns, battle bitches, space dominatrixes, or the object of every neckbeard's desire. Whatever you call the Sisters of Battle, one thing remains consistent. When given power armor, big guns, and blind faith, women are just as good at killing things as anybody. It's been cool to see GW give the Sisters of Battle some love lately, as they have quite the impressive array of models now. If only they did something similar to the Eldar, eh? But did you know that not every Sister of Battle is a platinum blonde? Indeed, only one of the orders actually dye their hair this way. It just seems like they all do, because that order is more or less just the ultramarine version of the Adepta Sororitas.
It's worth watching anyways, even though I've already seen the deep dive from West Hammer, because they're going to cover things. He's just going to have little tidbits that I may not even know.
Before we get started, do you remember that video where I paid a bunch of Fiverr artists to make Saint Celestine hentai, but the art turned out to be super overpriced and kinda shitty, and then I was like, I could totally get better Saint Celestine hentai made for cheaper on any other platform. Well, I did.
This is the ad?
Here is the censored and normal version of the artwork, done by Harris Straw. The uncensored version is on Patreon for only $1, as I obviously can't show it here. But yeah, hypothesis correct. Fiverr is shit. Yeah, any excuse to peddle hentai, eh? Today we'll go over each of the Sisters of Battle order. I'll be spending most of the time on the Militant order.
He is a genius with his Patreon. Absolute genius. I feel like I have to make a different Patreon for this, because I got some wholesome ladies and whatnot on mine. I can't do this filth. But hey, I am getting ideas.
As they are the only ones people actually care about. But I will also mention the other non-militant ones, because I love making my job as hard as I possibly can for myself. Let's get into it. The Orders Militant are the Sisters of Battle who like to go pew-pew, so the bad guys go do-do. Firstly, we have the Order of our Martyred Lady, the most common sob, and the order which produced the wildly overpowered ball-breaker, Saint Celestine. The reason for dyeing their hair white is because when Alicia Dominica met with the Emperor to discuss why Georges Vandyre, that dick, was evil, the experience of getting psychically blasted in the face by the Emperor talking to her turned Alicia's hair white, hence they now dye their hair like that in her honor. This is significant, as Alicia killing Georges Vandyre saved the Imperium and it freed the Sisters from his low-key creepy command. This order is incredibly ruthless in their purging of literally anything and anyone which isn't a devout follower of the Emperor. It's actually quite meme-worthy, as even the Custodes are amused at how the Sisters treat them as literal angels. I can't say I blame their fanatical faith though. Their spiritual leader, Saint Celestine, is as angelic as it can get. The next order is the Order of the Bloody Rose. This order is as arrogant as they are edgy. Their creation was inspired by Saint Mina, who was one of the OG sisters who hung out with Alicia. It's said that when she was alive, she was able to kill multiple Space Marines in hand-to-hand combat. Now that's already pretty sketchy, but then when you read that she's said to have been able to fight a veteran Custodes to a standstill, the smell of bullshit really starts to reek. Either the fight never happened and the Bloody Rose just wanted to look cool, or the
Yeah.
Custodes held back as the purpose of him visiting her was to get her to come talk to the Emperor,
Yeah,
not
that
just
makes
to
sense.
immediately disembowel her.
Oh,
Do you see what
yes,
when
I remember
call
that.
them
I remember
arrogant?
that.
Whilst all sisters
That is that the story where the custodians are the ones that protect the emperor, and they knew the Sisters of Battles was actually loyal to the emperor, but were being deceived. So he showed up not to destroy them, but to convert them. I know that one.
of Battle more or less fight the same enemies, the Bloody Rose have recently found themselves entangled with some Tyranids, and they're doing a pretty good job of it, killing a High Fleet tendril and saving a lot of lives. Their combat style and even colour can be compared to the Blood Angels, or even the World Eaters, as they prefer to be up close and personal when curb stomping a Xeno or Heretic soul. On rare occasion, a sister facing a mighty opponent will glow and crackle with red power, before crying blood with red eyes. In this form, which I'll just
Blood
call
for
Kaioken times 4, the
Blood
sister
Emperor.
is super overpowered and can certainly clap some cheeks.
I love
Now
it.
onto the Order of the Sacred Rose, because bitches love roses. While Saint Mina was a grumpy bitch, the inspiration from this order, Saint
Ah, man, just Majorkill's delivery. It's like, you don't even have to say that, fam. Like, what?
Arabella was
Oh,
known
that's
to be
funny.
incredibly chill and nice to hang out with. Instead of using rage to empower her in battle, she used her calm and collected mind to make logical and considered decisions. To put it simply, they're incredibly graceful. Oh yeah, and they sing while they purge. The singing
I
might
love
seem
it.
cute and wholesome, but in reality its main purpose is to drown out the crying and screaming of heretics and Xenos who find themselves suddenly lacking certain limbs due to a recent bolter wound. They are the ice to the Bloody Rose's fire.
Perfect.
The oldest of the orders, the one founded by Alicia herself, is the
Alicia
Order of the
herself.
Ebon Chalice. Now, being the first order, as well as being founded by the big lady herself, has put a lot of pressure on the Ebon Chalice. As such, they train significantly harder and produce noticeably superior sisters than most other orders.
Oh.
The negative to this is that their recruitment success rate is lower, hence their order is smaller than the other main ones.
Okay, that's how it
Especially
works.
since the opening of the Great Rift racked a heavy toll on them. The Ebon Chalice are known to wipe out entire Chaos Space Marine warbands, so hopefully that gives you some insight to the ass-kickery these bolter bitches can deliver.
Yeah, that's
In
crazy.
recent lore, whilst they haven't won a ton of battles, the battles they have been in have been incredibly important. They help clear out the local systems around Terra and now fight to defend the key hive world of Vigilus. The next
Hive
order is
world.
quite spicy, the Order of the Valorous Heart.
Valorous Heart. Valorous Heart, folks. I was missing that one. This is my favorite from the description in Westhammer. Yeah. You'll see. I'll talk to you when if he explains it.
Whilst the Bloody Rogue are driven by rage and the Ebon Chalice are driven by pressure to make their dead mum proud, the Valorous Heart are driven by intense guilt. They feel really shitty about being tricked by Georges Van Dyer and nearly bringing about the end of the Imperium. Fair enough. However,
Yeah.
they have taken this to a whole nother level. They're like the Deathcore of Krieg version of the nuns with guns. Their patron, the Saint Lucia, was an incredibly penitent lady who punished herself
Lucia.
whenever she thought about something sinful. I don't know about you, but I commit about 5,000 sins in my thoughts every day. So either this bitch is more whipped than a racehorse, or she's incredibly disciplined and likely terrible in bed. A side product of the Valorous Heart being super hard on themselves
man.
is
I
that they
love
have a
it.
disproportionately large amount of repentiers. Repentiers being
Oh, god dang it. All right, so I'm definitely checking out Wes Hammer's Every Sister, his explanation of the Sisters of Battle, even though I already saw Wes Hammer's, because I just know it's different, man. The funny thing is, I was showing my wife some screenshots of Wes Hammer's because I was like, man, these ladies are so dope. They're just so cool and gangster. And I was like, there's not a lot of like hot fan service when it came to the Wes Hammer because girls were missing eyes. They was just rough looking, man. But I still love them. I still respect them. But then we come to Majorkill, and it's like, what is happening, man? This is what I signed up for. And then even if it's information you're familiar with, his delivery is just perfect, man. I don't know about you, but I got about 5,000 sinful thoughts a day. And he doesn't even say it like he's joking. He talks like it's a super casual part of the script because it is, I guess. I don't know. That's funny, man. I don't even know what kind of image this is.
Sisters of Battle who feel the need to atone for a great sin
Wait, where do you get pictures from like this for this? I'm asking for a friend. This is beautiful. Because I don't want this every sister thing blocking the screenshot I just took. I don't even remember what was happening. Hold on.
Repentiers. Repentiers being sisters of battle who feel the need to atone for a great sin, such as
Oh my
downloading
god,
videos
they're
while
so
using
hot
someone
right now.
else's hotspot. Hence, they strip off their clothes and they charge into battle with big-ass swords. Nice. The final main militant convent is the Order of the Argent Shroud, who, for simple purposes, you can just think of as Raven Guard with tits. I say this as their armor coloring is similar, they don't talk much, and they have a bunch of jetpacks for flying. The only real difference is that the Sisters of Battle have no concept of stealth, hence these ladies just often Leroy Jenkins in with no plan or escape. However, they do have some cheese up their sleeve. When times are shit, they can gain the power of faith to make their armor stronger and make the enemy really bad at aiming. They're all about self-sacrifice and last stands and all that kind of jazz. Unfortunately for the Argent Shroud, their patron saint, Saint Sylvana, died very unceremoniously, being poisoned by an assassin before she could even lead her first crusade. Oh well. The Order of the Argent Shroud was almost seemingly wiped out by the opening of the Great Rift, with 80% of their members being caught in it. However, as the Indominus Crusaders continued, it's become clear that the majority of them survived, and they've been waging war at the gates of hell this entire time. The Holy Hoes aren't just a group of zealous warriors.
The Holy
They could also
Hoes?
be doctors and nurses that set up free healthcare across the Imperium, or fellow Crusaders on board medics. These orders are called Hospitalers, and include the Order of the Eternal Candle, Order of the Cleansing Water, Order of Serenity, and Order of the Torch. Another different type of order are the Orders Famulus, who primarily act as advisors and educators of imperial nobles and planetary governors. They keep physical and genetic records of the families that they guide and watch over, and will occasionally do genetic testing of said families under the Inquisition's orders, to make sure nothing fishy has happened to their DNA. These orders include the Order of the Key, Order of the Holy Seal, Order of the Gate, and Order of the Sacred Coin. The final variant of order is the Orders Dialogius, who are just translators. Not only do they translate the various dialects and slangs that have emerged from the countless planets of the Imperium, but they've also learnt to translate Xeno words. Now,
I know that
why
one.
the fuck there are a bunch of fanatical chicks doing basic medical or administration work? Why did they just use normal hired people for that? The answer is that they do use normal people, but the Ecclesiarchy and the Inquisition wants to extend its influence as far as it possibly can, hence putting fanatically loyal chicks in some of these positions guarantees that. There are also a couple super duper niche orders, such as the Orders Margrina, who provide a bunch of choir girls to the Imperium, the Orders Plaxininium, who are professional criers and wailers like the ones in North Korea, the Orders Sabine, who arrive on primitive human worlds and through their
Korea just catching strays.
charm, prime the world for imperial takeover. Prime the world for their Sabine, who arrive on primitive human worlds and through their charm, prime the world for imperial takeover. Then there is the Orders Vespila.
Yo, explain that to me. Somebody explain that to me. What are these Sisters of Battle doing?
Who are just a bunch of autopsy specialists. There are more battle buff girls than there are other orders, however. I've mentioned the 6 main ones, however there are many more that were either derived from the 6 main ones or were formed independently to fulfill a specific purpose. The main ones include the Order of the Black Sepulchre, I think that's how you say it, that lurks around the Opharius sector, the Order of the Bleeding Heart, who guards some old crusty saint bones, the Order of the Blue Robe, who have aided in genocide, the Order of the Crimson Oath, as well as the Order of the Fiery Tear, who have both fought in the hotly contested Jericho Reach, the Order of the Crimson Tear, who have been destroyed, the Order of Divine Lamentation, who lost 83% of their sisters due to an autistic level of stubbornness that resulted in them refusing reinforcements. The Order of the Eremine Mantle, who are super loyal and fight hard, but accidentally drop their banner somewhere, hence are whipping the shit out of themselves to atone. The Order of the Glowing Chalice, who often fight...
Is that true? Is that just true? They dropped their banner, they left it, and now they're just whipping themselves? I don't know which parts are memes.
Alongside elite guardsmen, the Order of the Golden Light, who play Scrabble or some shit, I don't know. The Order of the Muldin Counterance, as well as the Order of the Silver Lily, as well as the Order of the Sublime Adoration, who fought against the 13th Black Crusade and distinguished themselves. The Order of the Silver Shroud, who are shrouded In mystery, the Order of the Virgin Rose, who represents everyone in the Warhammer community, the Order of the White Rose, who are seemingly destroyed by Tyranids, and finally, the Order of the Wounded Heart, who have killed a bunch of traitor guardsmen.
What does it mean to have, when he said that represent all of us in the community? I didn't get that.
God damn, whoever came up with these names need a raise. Although, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just an AI name generator that was forced to read how to become a Nun 101 while playing Call of Duty. There are a lot of Sisters of Battle, and due to their recent model updates,
That's actually hilarious.
you're going to be seeing a lot more of them real soon. If you enjoyed the video, you want to see some uncensored Saint Molestine titties, and you want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place to be. Only $1 per month give you access to a boatload of Warhammer hentai. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the real subscribe button for more feminine content. Join the Discord for more memes, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Is that what I gotta do? Is that what I gotta do? Create a Patreon, $1 a month? I have a Patreon. So here's my thing. I obviously have a Patreon. I have my uncut anime. I got my K-drama reactions and such. But could you imagine? First of all, I don't want to cross-market hentai onto this platform. And then I'm trying to upload a K-drama, and one of my 6-year-old ladies get an accidental hentai post because I didn't check the right box when I was posting something. It's like, what box? You could select the box for what tiers are going to be allowed to see whatever it is that you post. And my $1, I already have a $1 tier, and there's Innocent Minds over there. So I'm like, I think I just need a different Patreon. That is interesting. Okay. I'm thinking. I like his idea. I'm not talking about like literally biting that idea, but just got my mind thinking of some other stuff. And who knows, I just throw out, everyone has a goddamn Patreon doing the same thing. Anyways, yo, I like it. This is great. Even though I was familiar with the Sisters of Battle before, it still felt refreshing. And to be honest with you, you don't absorb enough on the first watch anyways. So I could probably watch 5 or 6, 7 iterations of this group and still be amazed by getting a point that I didn't get before, and even hearing some of the interesting commentary and jokes. I was missing Valorian Heart, but when I first did it. So, anyways, and there's some spelling errors I have. All right, guys. Yo, thanks for checking out the video with me. You guys know I post reactions on Yaboyrocklee. We do anime, all sorts of stuff. And let me know if there is another. My thoughts are, I'm going to post 4 Warhammer videos a day, easy. And then I wanted us to do something else. Let's say it was League of Legends. Let's say it was anime. Do you guys have an idea if I wanted to post 2 videos of a random or just an additional universe, just so I don't pigeonhole the channel into one type of content where we only do X, Y, and Z? I'm a very general, open-minded person. I never want to find myself in a corner. As a boxer, my favorite thing is to move around, pivot, stab. I don't really like. No one does as a boxer, but it's just one of those things. I'm trying to pivot, man. I never want to be in a corner, and I only can do one thing, or I'm one dimensional. But anyways, man, love the Sisters of Battle. The Sisters of Battle and the Orcs are my favorite. And as you see, I've covered a lot of Orc content, and the Sisters of Battle content I'm gonna keep covering. And then I'm probably going to check out some of more of the Oedipus Mechanicus. And then I want to check out, after I finish the Primarchs, I want to check out their legions. And then I don't know if there's another race I'm super, super interested in. I mean, I know there's a ton, but like, right as of today, this is who I'm interested in. Space Marine legions, more Sisters of Battle. If there's more Orc, cool. Oedipus Mechanicus. Eldar? I don't know. I don't know about the Eldar. Like, theirs should be cool, but they failed so hard. Like, I'm interested in them. I'm like, you guys kind of lost, fam. You guys are at the pinnacle of everything, and you guys are at the bottom. Ooh, the Archon. The Archon fascinate me. So, no, there's actually a couple other races. There really is. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. You guys know I'm active all the time. I want to hear from you guys, and I do respond and read my comment section. Shout out to you guys. If you guys drop an essay, that's kind of hard to read and respond to, but you guys who are concise, brief, to the point, much love.